2024, here we come. Hey cuties, PeachY here. Welcome back to a new video. And in this video, we're going to be doing a first impressions look at all things MGA dolls that are coming out next year. Of course, the year hasn't even started yet, so this is just the first impressions because I'm pretty sure we've only gotten to see the tip of the iceberg for what's to come from MGA with Bratz, Rainbow High, LO Surprise, Nana Surprise, and more. So let's get into the first impressions for 2024 of MGA fashion dolls. Let's start off with Nana Surprise, which actually surprised me today because we got a new post here on youloveit.com. By the way, these are all going to be information pictures taken from youloveit.com. They always have the latest information on news, dolls, listings, etc., even discounts and sales going on websites. So be sure to check them out. But yeah, Nana Surprise surprised me because before I had seen this listing for new full-size dolls, we had only seen the new minis, the minis series 3, which are obviously the plastic. They're not the fabric type of mini dolls. So, but these are going back to basics. These are back with the fabric doll body. So that's interesting. I was pretty sure that they were gonna just keep doing the plastic versions now with the doll bodies and no longer they were going to do the fabric ones, which I thought definitely lost some personality for the brand of Nana Surprise. So I'm really glad that they are sticking to the fabric bodies at least with this new series. I do think it's a little bit of a mix and match what they're going to do in future lineups. Maybe they'll do like a mixture of the fabric bodies, and then they'll also do some series that have the plastic bodies, because I don't know. I guess they saw that they both do well. The minis, especially, I think the minis have been doing very well. So I'm very excited. But these fabric bodies, there's 4 of them, and they each have like a candy theme. It would be awesome if they had like a candy scent as well. But yeah, I gotta say, I mean, even if I'm happy that they have the fabric bodies here, the overall designs for the fashions are pretty boring. They're pretty lame. Like, they're pretty straightforward. Like, there's not much of, and I mean, I guess Nana Surprise was never really like into the fashion. It was more about the surprise element, right? In the fabric bodies. But still, I feel like the outfits here are even less detailed than usual. Maybe that has to do something with the budget being taken over from these brands and putting into Rainbow High, Bratz. I wish Bratz, the budget, right? So it has shifted. So maybe that's why we're seeing less high detailed outfits for even with Nana Surprise. Now, like I mentioned, we are also getting the Series 3 minis here with the new purple packaging. And as always, there are 12 to collect. And unlike with the previous 2 series, which were based on the original core series of the full-sized fabric dolls, in this series, it seems to be a mashup of different recent releases, ranging from the, plastic body, peeling reveal dolls that no one liked, and then we also have some of the exclusive backpack dolls, and then also like a new mermaid character. Yes, it's a mixture of different one-off releases from past series, including some of the full-size body new dolls. So yeah, I think this series is not as strong as the previous 2 because, again, it's no longer based on core series that we know and love. I think it would have made more sense if they would have based this series on the Sparkle series. Then we have they made like 2 Sparkle series, right? So I feel like there's more that they could have pulled inspiration from, but I guess they're just going random here with this series, pulling from different lineups from recent releases, which is fine. I still think most of them are pretty cute. I might try to get them because I think overall I like majority of them. The minis are really strong, like except for the mermaid, which looks like the tail is just too chunky. And then of course we have the new Always Bratz Playline dolls. We have new stock photos here. The listings are updated again on youloveit.com. And of course these are Bratz is taking most of the budget from the other doll brands, Rainbow High, OMG and not a surprise, you know, and of course we can all see why and how, because these are playline dolls, but they're giving Rainbow High levels of quality. Can you believe that I just said that? Like, this is like what a Rainbow High doll in series 1 kind of like looked like the quality, the standard, and now this budget has been put into the Bratz brand instead of Rainbow High. You know, it really sucks. I think MJ doesn't have enough faith in their customers to, I think they thought that if both Rainbow High and Bratz were like both very fashion forward and like both very high quality, then, you know, they would just end up neither doing well because they would both be competing, or maybe it will also just cost too much money to support both brands in such a high quality standard. But still, I think they could have figured out a way where they put most of the budget into Bratz, but still kept the integrity of Rainbow High intact. And they wouldn't have had to resort to doing the whole slime gimmick rebrand that way. But nope. That's what we did. That's what they did. We'll get to the Rainbow High in a second. But yeah, as is, I mean, we can't change how things are now, just how they are with MJ, what they did. So as is, I think the Always Bratz new playline dolls, if they really took away the budget from Rainbow High in that way, then I feel like, is it worth it? Did they do a good job? I guess, yeah. But it still really sucks for Rainbow High. But I think overall, these new playline dolls, they're good. Like, they're really good. Like, Chloe, oh my God, I think we can all speak unanimously that Chloe is the best one. Like, she just ate. She looks so good. And then Yasmin looks also pretty good. And then, you know, Sasha and Jade, I think Sasha, I like her a lot still. But then Jade, you know, the shoes, the different articles of clothing that are very like contradictory. She is a bit of a hodgepodge, a little bit of a mess. But I feel like that's just her style. Jade has always been very, you know, experimental and controversial, sometimes with her, you know, fashion choices. So I think it makes sense for Jade, you know, character context-wise. Like, I think this is what she would have worn, you know, like this is what she would be wearing. So I think it works for her, even if it is a little bit messy. I still like her just because she is so unique looking. And then Sasha, I love those pants. I cannot wait to see Sasha's shoes. And then of course, like I said, Chloe and Yasmin are the two queen bees of this series. They're carrying this series, like, if I'm being honest. So I personally cannot wait to get these. But yeah, it does suck that obviously it seems that Rainbow High really took away the brand, the budget away from Rainbow High. And then of course, right after I had shared my previous Always Bratz video, we got stock photos for these new Bratz Babies. Now, disclaimer, I didn't grow up with Bratz, period, much less Bratz Babies, so I have no connection to these. This is my first time ever seeing these, and they look cute. I love the little painted nails, like the toenails, the nails. It's so cute. And I think they do have like really cute face greetings, and obviously they're more like figures than dolls because they don't even have rooted hair. But I have seen Bratz Babies that do have hair, so that's really cute. But yeah, as is, I mean, they're cute little figures. $12.99 is a good price. I mean, you're getting accessories as well. And yeah, they're cute. But again, will I get them? I don't know. I guess I never got them in my childhood, so I think they're small, right? Like, they're not huge. And I'm very curious to see like what other reproductions will come out of 2024 with Bratz, you know, a slumber party reproduction of that line. I heard things, but let's see. I think overall Bratz is really starting to pick up, like with the new playline dolls, Bratz Babies. I think they're, you know, really starting to find their footing. And then of course we have Rainbow High, the brand whose budget got put into Bratz instead. So I mean, that's a theory that a lot of people have been talking about recently, and I definitely see it. I think it's true to some extent that MJ just really wants to focus on Bratz now, the OG fashion doll line that they created. And Rainbow High is still there, and obviously, but I think like with Bratz, they really want to pour their heart and soul into that brand for now, at least for this year, because I think like they've done so well with OMG and Rainbow High, and now they're like, you know what, we're gonna do the same treatment but with Bratz. So I think that's what they're doing. That's why we're also gonna be seeing maybe less exciting things from Rainbow High here, and you know, from OMG. We'll get to that later. But yeah, I think as is, you know, we have the new slime dolls, and I'm actually shockingly, I'm getting used to them. That was quicker than I thought. But yeah, I really just have like 3 main issues, which is like Poppy missing here. Really, I think is unforgivable. Like, I don't care if she returns like in a future line down, you know, in the next year, sometime in the fall, we'll get like a lineup and Poppy's there. Like, I don't care. I don't care if she's back in like a future lineup. The fact that they didn't to bring her back in the core new lineup of the series 1 girls, like she's the only one missing, that to me is unforgivable. And like, she's the orange doll. Like, I don't care if the orange dolls don't sell well. I mean, literally, like, or Poppy's fantastic fashion doll has sold out everywhere. Even for me, I cannot find her. So come on, that has to tell you something. Poppy would have done really well. So them scratching her out is unforgivable. Then my second main issue is the glitter acne, the face, the glitter. It's too much. I don't like it. And then the third issue I have is really like the fashions and the articulation being much like cut back. Like it's much simpler. Like with Ruby and Sunny, the outfits are basically the same. They're, you know, recycles, but just like with minor changes. And then with Violet, her outfit is just, what is it? Like, what even is she wearing? Like a shirt, and then like a shirt tied around her waist. Like, what are we doing here? It's just like, she wouldn't wear that. Like, it's just giving me granny vibes, like with the sequins being all randomly placed. And then Jade, her outfit is not giving. I think the only ones that I like are like Skylar. And Amaya is like, we don't even talk about Amaya. She's just like not even there. We don't speak of her. So I think overall, like, the outfits could have been way better. But otherwise, I think they're okay. Like, surprisingly, like if they cost like 15, yeah, I would probably get 1 or 2, you know, because that would be a great price. Because other than a doll, you're not really getting a lot more. You're just getting the accessories that are really just for the slime gimmick. So that's, I think, something else that really takes me out of it is the slime. No one really cares about the slime. From the reviews I've seen, no one could care less. And I think, yeah, but they're cute, they're fine. I think we gotta get used to it. And then obviously I hope that they bring Poppy back, but even if they do, I still think it's unforgivable that they left her out of this, you know, series 1 comeback. And of course we also have Junior High. We also have the budget dolls. The budget dolls are budget dolls. Like, there's not much else to be said. And then the pajama party dolls from Junior High, they don't have any slime gimmick or anything. And they look pretty, you know, normal standards for Junior High. I think they look fine, but I don't collect Junior High, so that's not really for me in the first place. Yeah, I just think overall, like Rainbow High, if the main thing is gonna be slime, it's gonna get old really quickly. So I fear that's what's gonna happen. We're all gonna be over the slime gimmick in no time, and no one's gonna care anymore. And then of course we have the LO Surprise brand with new tweens and OMGs. We have a new series of tweens dolls, series of 5, although it's not labeled on the packaging that it's series 5 anywhere. These could be like themed, these could have been called anything else, and it would have been fine, because there's no labeling, there's nothing on the packaging. But yeah, these are series 5 from my understanding, and the main thing here is that they come with less things now. They don't come with stands, they don't come with the wrist articulation, so it seems the, you know, cutback of budget also is affecting the LO Surprise brand, at least the tweens brand for sure. And then otherwise, for these other than the tweens dolls that we see here, what else are we getting tweens related next year? So far I've heard nothing else other than like 2 like customizable dolls coming down the line in autumn, but that's it. Nothing else. I haven't heard anything else. So maybe they're also making the Tweens brand hibernate for a little while to get Bratz to shine again, I guess. And then as far as OMG dolls goes, we have seen the new nail gimmick dolls. There's 3 in this collection, and they each have their own little stand themed after like a cafe, after like a fruit stand, etc. Like they're all like very cute themed, but it's really just about nails. That's the whole gimmick. And then the dolls are there: Kitty K, Candylicious, and a new character, whose name I forget, but she looks really cute, the new character. But here they also don't have stands. They don't come with stands, but thankfully they do still have the wrist articulation. Interestingly enough, it seems to have only affected the Tweens brand, the fact that they're cutting back on articulation. And I mean, they also don't have stands here, so I guess it's also a drawback. I do wish that they would have included stands, because I feel like MJ and toy companies in general, I think they really underestimate the value of toy stands and articulation. I think they just think that kids don't care about those things, but trust me, they do. I was a kid when I started getting Monster High, and when I tell you the fact that a stand and articulation was so important for me back then speaks volumes, and I think a lot of us really valued those aspects as well. And then of course, other than the nail dolls, we also have these new House of Surprises dolls of the 4 original main characters: Lady Diva, Nyanlicious, Swag, and Royal B, and these like 2-in-1 fashion outfits. These are kind of like budget dolls, but not really, because they do have the full articulation. Thankfully, they just don't have many accessories. Like they don't have a stand. They just have like, the focus is really here on the fashions and like, mix and match, I guess. So that's really fun. And once again, my favorite is Lady Diva. She looks amazing. But I do wonder like if these are going to be like the new core looks for season 3. I never found out like what happened to House of Surprises. Like, did season 2 end? I stopped watching, so I don't know anymore. But I think they started to like they moved the focus from the OMG characters to the tots in season 2, right? Like that's what I've seen so far on their YouTube channel. So that's not good, because like where does it leave the OMG characters? Like I thought that's the direction that they were going in, with the OMG characters being like the main focus. But I guess their audience now is more younger, so they moved the focus from the OMG characters to the tot characters. I guess if that's more popular, then that gets more views. But yeah, other than those 2 lines, I've heard shockingly little for other OMG releases coming 2024. So is OMG like dying out? I hope not. Like, girl, we need to see so many other themes come to fruition. Let's see. I do think we'll get more OMG dolls, more Tweens dolls. It's just that for now we've seen little. And that's gonna do it for my first impressions on MJ's 2024 fashion dolls. I'm sure there's gonna be so many other releases coming next year, and maybe some of them will also turn things around, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But which one is your favorite so far that we've seen of Bratz, Rainbow High, Ella Surprise, or Nana Surprise? Let me know it down below. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider becoming a member today to support the channel, and so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. And I think this is going to be the last time we see each other before the new year, so happy new year in advance. Happy holidays. And yeah, stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.